Oh, there we go. We're finally live. Oh gosh, the struggle is real. Don't know what was going on with the computer tonight, but it did not want to get going. So, hi everybody, I'm here.
Kermit?
Oh no, that was more supposed to be Dr. Nick from The Simpsons. But I can do Kermit. Anyways, hi everybody. I'm glad everybody is here. I'm finally here. Thanks everybody for being here. I see we've got, well, Jason, I don't know if he's still here from, but if he's gone to get chips, and Straight Six. You're in Vermont, or you're just saying that I am in Vermont? Either way, it is, it'd be cool if you're here, but otherwise I am here. And the struggle again is real because I thought we were all done. I thought I was all done with all done with snow, but unfortunately, it is snowing. It's been snowing all day here, and I don't. But the very fortunate thing is, it's worse up north, and I'm glad I'm not up there. Anyways, so today we're going to. Oh, for anybody here that doesn't know who I am. I'm Kip, and I am the mastermind behind America Bumper to Bumper, a nice YouTube site where you can see everything from car reviews to these live streams with car news, recalls, and the such, and individual car videos. We also do some motorsport stuff. We do reviews, so a little bit of everything. Hey, you're back from getting your chips. Hopefully you got something good, Jason. So tonight we're going to, of course, do some car news. We're going to do some, plain lays or flavored. Quick channel update, and I want to say that last night when we were talking about everybody's channel updates, and I didn't want to come across as like needy, or anything when I said I fell back to $2.99, but I'm very happy for 4 guys that were in the stream who came over and subscribed. So I am at 303, so that's awesome. Hey, Nacho's dad, glad that you're in the house. We appreciate everything. You guys all being here all the time. It's fantastic to have you guys here. No car giveaways? Yeah. I would love to give away a car, but we're going to leave that to the guys that have, the million subscribers or close to it, like Street Speed. So let's get into. Yeah, I could give you a Hot Wheels. That is something I could actually afford. And I got you on a tripod tonight, so hopefully it'll be easier to turn you around and get you into seeing some of the stuff that's on the computer screen. All right. So you guys know, I hope you guys know, there is a company, I believe they're Georgia area, southern U.S., that's taken the 5th gen Camaros, and they made them, turned them into their interpretation of a modern day Pontiac Trans Am, the Bandit style Trans Am, so 77 to 79s. I think I can say, I think that's a, really cool. I love the idea, behind it. They looked pretty cool. But I came across a story today where another company, and it's a much better known company than the other one, is also taking 5th gen Camaros and turning them into Trans Ams. But these Trans Ams are the early second gen Trans Ams. So it's like a 71 ish. You know, flip you guys around so you can see. This is 5th gen. It is made to look like your older or early 2nd gen trams. And this car is actually done by Lingenfelter. Lingenfelter made 6 of these cars. And it's got an actual 455, but this 455 is pumping out close to 600 horsepower. Let's see, 655 horsepower from a 455 cubic inch aluminum block. You can smash the quarter mile in 12.46 seconds at 116 miles an hour. And it could be this particular one, because they've all been sold, is up for sale for the measly little amount of $94,000, $950, $94,950. Which begs the question: would you guys want to do something like this? I mean, if you had the expendable cash, would you get yourself something like this, or would you save your money and just buy an original? Me personally, I would rather have an original. I mean, this is a great idea, modern conveniences, all that good stuff, but when it comes down to it, it's still just a 5th gen Camaro. Nothing against hey, Rodder Files, thanks for coming here all the way from Las Vegas. I appreciate you stopping in and checking this the live stream out. Thank you very much for coming in. So yeah, so I'd rather spend the money on a actual 72 3 Trans Am and not spend the money on something like this. But nice, but yeah, the simple original is really the best thing. Oh, Nacho's dad says he bought an original and sold it for double a week later. Yeah, I could see that the regret would be real on that one, but depending on how much you bought it for and how much you sold it for, that was a good flip. I always want unique, but the 73 is an odd body, so you make this really tough. Yeah, that's very true, Straight Six. Grant, that's very true. That is the one thing I do think it has the kind of cool thing about this particular reimagination of the Trans Am is being that there's only 6 of them. It is an oddball. You're not going to have a whole lot of other cars like that out there, competing with you. But anyways, I'm still going for the original. Let's see if the computer wants to move me on to the next story. Hey, we got Pete from Camaro Time in the house. We got Rodder Files is here. We've got Nacho's dad, Grant, Straight Six fan. We got Jason with Old Car Auto Guy. And we got Walt, the Rough Rods Restos. So we've got I think, near a record crowd. Yeah, we got 5, but that's pretty close. Thank you for that, Pete, for reminding everyone to hit the like button. That really, of course, helps you all out. We all know that because we're all YouTubers here. So we got 2 news items from the domestic makers on new production that is going to stay here in the United States. First story comes from, this is a car and driver story, and it's GM. So Kip, if you could bring back Pontiac, Oldsmobile, or Plymouth, which one would you bring back? Very good question, and I would absolutely bring back Pontiac. I got Oldsmobile. If I were to bring one car back from Oldsmobile, it would be the Olds Vista Cruiser. I think those things are awesome. But Pontiac, I've got a lot more memories of Pontiacs than I do Oldsmobile, and Plymouth has got some great cars too. But they, it's also the thought of what Plymouth became before they, went under, before they were killed is kind of, the sad thing. I mean, Pontiac, in the end, was still making some pretty amazing cars. Yeah, the GTO, which style-wise wasn't the greatest, but it was a rear-wheel drive, V8 powered. You had the G8, which was rear-wheel drive, V8 power. So that's pretty cool. And well, you're absolutely right. You've got the Roadrunner and the GTX. You've got some great Plymouth cars, out there. But mine goes to the most recent vehicles, and Oldsmobile just didn't have anything exciting. Plymouth Voyager. Oh, that was really, an amazing vehicle. Actually, they were kind of cool. I mean, but it's to say, why have three of the same exact vehicles? I don't know. Yeah, the Hemi Cuda is absolutely another one. Prowler, Pete's saying is very. It was a very cool idea. I just wished that they had done something different than the anemic V6 that was in it. If they could have shoehorned some a small V8 in the Prowler, that would have been one heck of a car. No, it's I'm not I don't feel bad at all, Grant, about this is not getting off topic, because this is the kind of stuff that that I really love to do, as well as the news is just trying to do fill in of time. But if we were just talk about the stuff, questions, ideas that you guys have in the chat, I'm all for that too. Yo,
you should start a series about that.
What
cars we would want to have brought back.
All right, sorry about that. I had Gracie asking me to do a series on this. Huh? Commanding, yes. Sorry. So we got Walt asking about the V8 or a Viper motor. The Viper motor, I love the idea of a V10, especially when it comes to some of the more exotic stuff. The Lamborghini V10 is amazing. The Viper motor was really cool. I think they could have done a little bit more engineering in it to make it even better. Or I don't think the Viper motor in the Prowler would have been a great idea. It would have been fun as all heck, but I don't know. Okay, let's. Hey, Grant, have a great dinner. Thanks for stopping in as long as you did. Thank you very much for the support. Back on the news stories. So we've got Chevrolet has committed to making new electric vehicles in Michigan, and Ford has also come out with a report saying that they will be investing. Gotta get this right. $850 million into its Flat Rock plant to build EVs and the next generation Mustang. And for those that don't know, there is going to be a next generation Mustang that will be a hybrid. So the domestic companies are spending lots of money in Michigan to build electric vehicles. And now my computer is also just saying it's wanting to have a mind of its own again. All right. Well,
You paid the internet bill, right?
yes. I paid the internet bill. Router files, blah, on the electric stuff. Yeah, I agree. I know it's where eventually things are going, but I don't like I like the thought of, the smell of gas and the feel of oil and, cracking your knuckles on old rusty parts, but luckily they're always, well, actually, and this is a story from right here in Vermont that is not something that I'm looking forward to if it passes. In the state of Vermont now, they are proposing to follow, actually even go one step further than California when it comes to emission testing. Currently, under Vermont state law, if your car is older than 1996, when OBD2 ports were mandated in cars, your vehicle didn't have to have, didn't go through any sort of emissions testing. And from then, the emissions testing was done through the OBD2 port, so that if you had a check engine light on, then your car wouldn't pass. Now, current bill that's in Vermont state legislature is to do away with those exemptions, so that any year car has to go through emissions testing in the state. That is what they're proposing. That, excuse the language and everything, that sucks. Especially for the classic car enthusiast. Yes, Walter, that is what they are proposing, is to do tailpipe testing, sniffer testing, and if your car doesn't pass, your car doesn't go on the road. So I think that's, in a state like Vermont, there are lots of older cars, not only because of enthusiasts, but because of people can't afford newer cars. So a lot of this stuff, I hear that, Pete, but trust me, I didn't elect them. Vermont, without getting too much into the politics, because that's not what this channel is about, we are a very left-leaning state. They have enacted a lot of laws and have thought up, dreamt up of a bunch of bills that I do not agree with, and very. All right, router file 78 and older in California, no emissions testings at all. Yeah, but in Vermont, if I remember the law correctly, what they're proposing, it is any vehicle has to go through it. So not. Oh no, there's lots of cars. Anything, any older car isn't gonna be able to meet current standards. And I think that's kind of what they're trying to do to get older cars out of here, out of there. So it's not happy with that at all. Hey, I see Benny from Classic Ride Society is in the house. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, that really does suck, as Router Files says. And Oh, Pete, you got it good. 95 and older, no safety, or safety only, and no inspections at all. Well, I am, if this does pass, it is going to get me thinking a lot harder about moving out of the state, because I doubt Zelda would pass, and I do not have the money to put into her to get her to pass. So we will be looking for other housing elsewhere if this stuff happens. All right. Here's another one that it's going to get the chat going. Volvo. I don't know if you guys have heard the latest with Volvo. They are starting with, okay, if my computer's again really deciding to be slow. All right, Volvo. Starting with 2021 model year cars are going to be speed limited to a whopping 112 miles per hour. All future vehicles will be limited to 112 miles per hour. I think, if your car can't go 112 or can't go 120, I think, fine. But, and I know that speed, you don't have. Router Files is thinking about moving to Wichita. It's cheaper. Yep. And cheaper. There's actually a pretty good growing YouTube community in Wichita, or in the area. I know that Hoovie's Garage and Watch JR Go are a couple of them that are right there. And yes, Pete does mention you do have to worry about tornadoes, but that is, got to balance it. The cheap compared to tornadoes, that almost do it for me. If we do want to go anywhere, it's going to be Northern Virginia or West Virginia Panhandle. So not too far south. But so what do you guys think? Do you think car companies should be limiting the speed of their cars? Yes, North Carolina, I have heard you guys get a little bit of humidity down there. Oh, Jason's saying that in New Brunswick, they don't have to have front plates effective April 1. That's cool. In Vermont, if you don't have a front plate on, you get a $100 ticket. Stay away from Virginia. They're car Nazis. Oh, that's good to know. maybe it's going to be West Virginia then. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would absolutely love to go to Texas. The only reason we're thinking in the Northern Virginia area is we have family that lives there, grandkids, all that sort of stuff. So that's why we're probably heading in that direction. $172.50. Is that how much if you didn't have a front plate before, Jason? And Pete is saying they used to do it before Ford had it, where the fuel pumps would shut off if you went over 85. Very interesting. Wow. Yeah. And I've got friends who have moved to Texas, and they absolutely love. They don't even mind the heat as much. So, apparently, Volvo, with this story, initially got a bunch of angry comments, but the Volvo Cars America CEO and president has said that 80% of the comments that they get are actually very popular or very positive. So Volvo owners don't like going fast, which is kind of interesting, seeing that they just put out, the new Polestar performance variants, the kind of like the M cars for BMW and the S cars for Audi, or the AMGs for BMW, or sorry, Mercedes. So yeah, very interesting that they're putting out performance cars, but only can go 112. Hello, computer. I hope not either. And we got Junk from Work has popped in. Thank you for stopping in. Come on. Yep, Chrome is not responding, so I gotta wait for it to jump back and start working again. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna throw in here is that the Ford Explorer owners are saying that the SUV is making them sick, literally. Owners have filed more than 3,000 complaints and 50 legal grievances against Ford for carbon monoxide issues. Suffering from migraine headaches or dizziness while driving behind the wheel of your Ford Explorer? You're not alone. Owners from around the country are reporting the same issue that caused sickness from their Ford SUV. Complaints stem from nausea and dizziness while behind the wheel of their Ford Explorers. Details of this is from Bloomberg, detailed in a report. Apparently, excessive exhaust fumes and carbon monoxide are seeping into the cabin, and some of these complaints are even coming from police departments. And let's see, the complaints mostly cover Explorers from 2000 to 2018, and the National Highway Safety Administration is looking into the issues, but there's no recalls as of yet. Excuse me. Yeah, that's you'd think with the amount of money that companies throw into the development of these cars that they wouldn't have, issues like that. But even the best companies have off days, years, whatever.
Decades.
Yep, decades.
Did you find the written stuff I did for you, honey?
I did not see any written stuff.
It's in the Word.
Yeah, I looked through the other Word. Yes, I have a secretary now. She has been helping put together some of this stuff, and our communication stinks. So, yeah.
Well, I'm not getting paid enough. That's the problem.
Yeah, because you're not getting paid. Anyway, if you guys want to see a funny video, we're going to post something up real soon. And it's my wife playing one of my son's video games, the Need for Speed Payback. It is absolutely hilarious. We watched, her do that, and I did not have the camera close, and it will make you wet your pants. It is so funny, and I cannot wait for her to get behind the wheel again and try driving. Gosh, this whole computer, choppy. behind every good man is a great woman. That is true, Pete.
Woohoo!
Absolutely. Um,
She is pretty great.
and Walter, you're saying in a car? Yeah, she's driving, not in a car, but driving a car around the virtual world. And like I say, it is hilarious. All right. Anybody out there a Porsche employee? No, no, I didn't think so. If you were a Porsche employee, you got yourself an $11,000 bonus after a record 2018 year. That almost makes me want to work in a car manufacturing facility, because boy. So 11 grand, that'd be real nice. And I think I may have I know I reported on some of the other companies bonuses, and I don't think anybody was quite up to the Porsche $11,000. But I would, even amazing, absolutely amazing. Any job apps left? Yeah, yeah, I would love to work there too. Going into Germany, however, that's a good question. Does anybody know does Porsche have a plant in the United States? I don't know.
You know a little German, you could do it.
Jawohl. Das gut, ja. Now, you guys had asked for a little more on the classic car stuff. So I've got some stories, and we're going to turn the camera around for you guys to look at these fantastic cars. And let's see. 69 Mustang Shelby GT500 428 Cobra Jet. Make sure, I think I'm getting that in screen. And it says here, which I highly, oh geez, things all over the place. 355 horsepower from a 428 cubic inch 7-liter V8, 4 on the floor. Brilliant red paint with gold side stripes. 69 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 is a must-have. I think that's a pretty nice car there. This one, they're saying this is one of like 104 guys. Holy moly. Sorry about that. That I like. I don't know about you guys, but I am a bigger fan of the earlier Shelby GT, 350s and 500s. For me, the 69 and 70s, this front end was kind of looked odd to me, but again, that's just me. There, the 4 on the floor. Oh no, 304, not 104. So 304 with that particular color combo and whatnot. That's a great car. And this one in particular has 51,000 miles on it and can be yours for $130,000. Now, yes, the 400 KR, sorry, the GT500 KR is another one that's never been a big Mach 1 style Mustang fan. Yeah, 69, 70, 71, through this like 73 model year, was not as big of a fan of those. They just got, I think, too big at that point. And then, of course, Ford decided to go a complete turnaround when they brought out the Mustang 2 and went so downsized that it was kind of, what were they thinking there? Here's another one that I really enjoy, the 79 Pontiac Firebird Formula W72. Read through this story, and the very interesting thing about these particular cars was the 400 cubic inch V8 that was under the hood. This story said that it actually had more horsepower than the GTOs back in the late 60s, early 70s. Somehow I find that odd with the different engine choices you could get in that car, but yeah, because this story is about the gentleman behind the wheel here and how him and his brother would, in their formulas would trounce everybody in street racing, and never could figure out why until they started looking at the horsepower ratings and found that the ratings of the 400 that's in these cars were actually higher than a lot of the muscle cars of the day. Now, out of the Trans Ams, the Firebirds, what era do you like the best? You like the first gens, early second gen? I believe these are still considered second gen, just late ones. Or do you like the Knight Rider, the kit cars? Me, I like these cars, of course, because of Smokey and the Bandit, but really, I take any of them. The 70 TA is definitely a gorgeous car, Jason. First gen Trans Am are, again, amazing cars, and I love how GM was able to, even though they're built on the same chassis, the Camaro and the Firebird and the Trans Ams, the 70s, at least they had a fairly big, or the 60s and earlier 70s, I should say, the cars had a big enough difference in looks. You could tell that they were different cars. That was not the case when you get into the the 80s and 90s. So I love my F bodies, but I do love me one of these. Single headlights in the yes, I do agree with you. The single headlights did look better on the earlier cars, the earlier 70s cars than this, but I couldn't imagine a single headlight on these cars. Yep, I do agree with you, and more Trans Am. See, these ones almost had a look a little bit more similar to the Camaro of the time, but it still was enough of a difference to make it a really unique car. I love the look of this one. I love the the synonymous Bandit look, the black with the gold fire chicken and the gold rims and everything. They do look good. Neighbor had a third like that one, but it had the dual snorkel hood. Yes. That was the other great thing about that time period. You could actually had different models. Now everybody don't cry at this one. Good story. This car does get rebuilt, as it says right here, miracle restoration. And that is a very sad sight to see. You know, any classic car burnt up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if this was from the California fires or this is, you know, what happened to this. But he got it. Let's see what it turns into. Everything's frozen up. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, am I back in moving order, or am I still getting? Well, I'm choppy, but I'm here. Okay. Still waiting for it to load over here to see what this car turned into after it was restored. Still not wanting to load.
It turned into a car.
What?
I bet it turned into a car. No, it turned into a plane.
Gotta love the peanut gallery. See what I have to live with. All right, so this comes up with a YouTube video. I will find the link for this video and I'll put it in, somewhere in here so you guys can check out the video and see what that Camaro turned into. You know, I'm starting to think it is faster on my phone. I'm gonna have to do some research on that, Benny. All right, late. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the next stream. All right, that's gonna do it for anything on here. We're just gonna wing it and go in the chat. Come on. What are we gonna?